What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Universal Mastery. Welcome back to my channel. What I do here is I break down the occult sciences and I break them down to a very practical level so they can use them and apply them in your day-to-day life simply by using your observation and awareness. Okay? Without further ado, let me give you a little bit of an understanding of who I am so you know who you're getting this information from. My name is Jermaine Schwartz. I am a professional occultist. I'm fully initiated in the entire Kabbalistic tree. I'm studied when it comes to the 22 major arcana of the tarot, and I'm also studied when it comes to planetary energies in direct relation to astrology. Okay? Now, the topic of our today's video is going to be a simple topic, but I do want to be clear on this topic. I want to give people an awareness of what exactly this is and what this means. So the topic of today's video is, what is the Black Brotherhood? Okay, so the Black Brotherhood is mentioned in a couple occult literatures, which is basically a certain group of people that are energetically working with and open to the dark arts and to an initiatory degree and to a deeper and higher level than most people on the planet. Okay, so we're going to be talking about today, what is the Black Brotherhood? Who is the Black Brotherhood? And we're going to go into a little bit more detail on what exactly the Black Brotherhood is all about. Okay? So if you want to know more about the Black Brotherhood, then stay tuned for this video because this is it. Okay, so let's start here. So the Black Brotherhood is going to be a small group of people, okay? Now, I want to say this. Do you need to be in an occult order to be a Black brother or sister? Do you need to be in an occult order to be within the Black Brotherhood? Absolutely not, okay? To be in the Black Brotherhood, or to be considered a Black brother or sister, is decided on a certain level of occult experience and occult initiation. That's the main key word, initiation. Okay, so any real occultist that is skilled in their craft is going to understand initiation connected to the Kabbalistic tree. Okay, so specifically with the Black Brotherhood, Kenneth Grant talks a little bit about it. There is a location on this Klipothic tree within the backside where you become a Black brother completely, meaning your energy body is permanently changed forever and there is no going back. And where that location of initiation is during the crossing of the abyss within Universe B on the Klipothic tree. This is where you overcome Kronzon, which is the force that tries to devour your soul. And this crossing of the abyss, most people do not successfully initiate through. Most people fail, and Kronzon devours their soul, and then they become chaos avatars. Okay? So there are very few people that are successfully a part of the Black Brotherhood. Okay? This is what it means to be a Black brother or sister, to have crossed the Klipothic Universe B abyss. Okay? So just because you get into black magic, just because you do invocations of demons or archdemons, things in that nature, just because you curse people, and anything in that nature, anything that's related to dark matter energy and psychic application, just because you practice that or you do that, that doesn't make you somebody who is within the Black Brotherhood. Now, is this Black Brotherhood a community of people? No. Okay, it's really not. You know, there are Black brothers and sisters that exist all throughout the world. There are not many of us compared to the majority, but we are not all in connection with each other. We all are basically architecting our own realities and also influencing the planet's evolution at the same time. And that's something we're all doing in unison, whether we know each other or not. But it's not like when you become a Black brother, you're like entering into some community. It has nothing to do with that. Once again, there are very few people that are actually Black brothers or within the Black Brotherhood. But that, you know, once again, we are out here. They are out here. I'm one of them. And the location of initiation that I just explained of crossing the abyss within the tree of Amalek, the backside of the clip-off, this is what considers you if you are within the Black Brotherhood, because this experience here is a permanent change to your energy field if you do it successfully, where there is no going back. Okay, basically what happens is the soul gets condensed with so much dark matter energy that it collapses on itself, and then it reshapes and creates a negative torsion field that spins anti-clockwise, which is basically the same physics behind a black hole. So your soul does that, and then you constantly consume energy. So people that are a part of the Black Brotherhood are also vampires. Okay, this is called vampire technology. So this is what has to happen to be within the Black Brotherhood, because once that's happened, there's no going back, and you're constantly gaining power, consuming things, just like a black hole. Okay, so in order to get to that experience, you have to have already initiated through the sphere of Napaht, Gamaliel, Samael, Arab Zarak, Dagirion, Golachab, Gog, Shabla. And then you get to go through the crossing of that abyss. And if you successfully do it, then you are permanently energetically changed. You are a source vampire, and you are within the Black Brotherhood. That is truly what makes somebody a Black Brother. It's based on initiation. It has nothing to do with being in an occult order, has nothing to do with somebody calling you that name because they like you or they think you're good. It's about what you've done, what you've experienced. Do you understand this level of occult initiation? And have you completed a high enough level of this initiation where you are permanently energetically changed to being a vampire, therefore being within the Black Brotherhood and ruling the dark matter energy multiverses? Okay? That's what it means to be a Black Brother. So once again, to be within the Black Brotherhood. So once again, just because you do black magic, just because you curse people or use psychic warfare, just because you invoke demons, that has nothing to do with you being within the Black Brotherhood. Okay? It literally has nothing to do with that, because you can be working with demonic forces, demons, archdemons, psychic warfare, all of these things, and you can still do these things without even being in the backside of the clipothic tree. So you could be in Universe A, the Sephiroth, and still do black magic. That's called being a black magician. Okay? You could be in the tunnels of Set and do black magic, and that's still considered a black magician. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a wonderful thing. You get to experience what it's like working with dark matter energies. This is what I did when I started. But there comes a certain level of initiation and self-development, psychically speaking, where you get yourself into the backside of the clipothic realm, called the realm of Amalek, with the tunnels of Amalek. And it is through this level of initiation, once you successfully complete the crossing of the backside of the abyss within the Qliphoth, that is when you become a part of the Black Brotherhood. So the reality is there are very few Black brothers and sisters that actually exist out here. I mean, you compare it to the mass collective, we're talking about literally 1%. The real Illuminati. Okay? It is not easy to go through that experience. Anyone that has worked with the Qliphoth or has invoked those Qliphothic energies, you will know what I'm talking about. You know it's not easy. Now you can imagine going through all the different Qliphothic spheres, one after another, in order, and then going through the crossing of the abyss within the Qliphothic tree. That's literally one of the most challenging experiences a human being, a human species can go through. But the rewards from successfully doing it grants you the ability to become an architect of evolution and of the multiverse. Because the Qliphothic realm is all about dark matter energy and the ability to destroy and delete. So you can destroy and delete timelines, multiverses, situations, experiences, anything that you don't think suits your life's satisfaction, a life that you want to live, and also things that are coming against the natural process of evolution. So that leads into the next topic of what do the Black Brotherhood actually do? What is part of our purpose? Well, if you're within the Black Brotherhood, you naturally have a connection to what I call Source, which is beyond the multiverse and beyond the megaverse. It has created the megaverse. It's basically the architect of the megaverse. And the multiverse exists within the megaverse, so you can just make that connection there. But it's beyond the Ein Sofar, Ein Sof, and Ein. So within the Black Brotherhood, we have this connection to the source, because to go through that crossing of the abyss within the Qliphothic realm, the soul, when it black holes on itself, the only way that it can remanifest, it collapses then remanifests, is if your soul links to evolution, links to the source itself. So then it remanifests as a constant consumer of energy under the scope of evolution. It's basically like balancing dark matter energy with light matter energy. The source will give you that string of light matter energy to allow your soul to become a black hole. And that's the only way you can balance that power out. You can't do it any other way. So within the Black Brotherhood, we all have an evolutionary perspective. We are all wanting evolution to take place, but in return, we also want to create our kingdoms the way we want to create them and experience them. So we are powerful people, evolutionarily speaking, because we control the multiverse on this planet, Earth. And the source possesses us and lives through our bodies. We have basically incarnated the source in our beings through the crossing of the abyss and overcoming Kuranzan, one of the densest aspects of chaos. So now we are, you could think of the source avatars that are constantly aiding evolution, which means we have natural benefits from evolution itself, and we control the chaotic realms, the chaotic multiverses. So in the truth of it, the Black Brotherhood is, if you think about it, what is black? The color black. It is the whole spectrum of colors. So the Black Brotherhood is not just concerned about destroying everything and manifesting a world of pure destruction where there's no evolution. But the Black Brotherhood is more so concerned about destroying everything that is not in the scale of evolution and then building our kingdoms in that process as well. And yeah, we're ruthless. We don't care what we destroy as long as what we're destroying is out of alignment with evolution. That's what matters. So that's exactly what's going on. That is the Black Brotherhood. So for anybody that was wondering what exactly the Black Brotherhood is, how are you considered a real Black brother or Black sister, and what is the main purpose of the Black Brotherhood in general? Once again, it's an evolutionary purpose, but also a purpose of us creating our kingdoms. That's important for us within the Black Brotherhood because we can create physical links here that aid in our psychic being, aid in our astral being, or our astral creations as well. So it is important what we create here. And the Black Brotherhood, anyone that's in the Black Brotherhood is a vampire. There is no such thing as somebody that's in the Black Brotherhood that is not a vampire, because you have to be a vampire to cross the Klipothic Abyss and overcome Kuranzan. Kuranzan either consumes you or you consume Kuranzan. Okay? So that's what I'm going to say about that. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the thumbs up. Also, hit the notification bell because I post videos as often as I can, and you obviously do not want to miss out on the things I'm speaking on. Hit the subscribe button because I love to see my subscribers shoot through the roof. That's always a wonderful thing, and I love to see that. And definitely feel free to share this information. So if you know anybody that is into this type of content, then please feel free to share the link. Also, post it to your social medias if you want to as well. Okay. Now, if you would like to gain access to exclusive content that is not on my public YouTube channel, then you can look into my Patreon, which is the first link within my YouTube description. Now, on my Patreon, there are 4 tiers. Okay. So the benefits from these tiers starts at tier 2 and goes up. Now, it's a whole range of content. So I have content that is me performing actual fundamental important occult practices where I'm doing it on camera and I'm teaching you how to do it yourself. Okay, for example, an invocation, I'm teaching you how to do that. All the way from knowledge on the Kabbalah tree, which is the entire system of initiation. I break down all the spheres, okay, of the Sephiroth and the Qliphoth. All the way from blog posts, taking you through the entire process of initiation, very valuable information, and blog posts on certain spirits, which ones I think are the most important for your self-development and initiation. All the way from a magic training course that I have, which is programmed for beginners within the occult field. Obviously, even if you're not a beginner, you could be advanced as fuck, and this will still offer you tons of value. I went through the whole thing, so it's valuable, which takes you step by step through all the different practices and tools that you need to perform successful magic, where once again, I'm teaching it on camera, and then I'm demonstrating it on camera, and I'm teaching you how to do it at the same time. Okay? It's called the Magic Training Course. You gain access to that at tier 3 and up. Okay? Then at the top tier, which is tier 4, that's called the Vampire Service. Okay? This is a service where I permanently change your energy field to be able to pull in energy from chaos and increase your power, increase your potential. This is one of the most powerful services that I have. This is literally the only service I have where I perform ritual magic, high-level ritual magic on the participants of that service. And I do it on the 29th of every month, except for the 1 month that does not have a 29th. And this is literally one of my most popular tiers on my Patreon, and rightly so. So if you're interested in any of that I just mentioned, definitely look into the Patreon, go through the tiers, look into that. I even have a YouTube video that explains in more depth exactly everything that's offered on my Patreon, okay? Now, with that being said, I would love to give a special shout out to the top tier members of the Patreon that all have the vampire service. All their names are going to be mentioned in parentheses right below that Patreon link. Huge shout out to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, specifically for taking your practices to that other side, okay? Huge shout out. Now, a second shout out to all my Patreon members in general. I appreciate all of you for taking your knowledge and your practices to that next level, okay? Huge shout out. And a third shout out to all my YouTube subscribers. I appreciate you for being subscribed to the channel and also really absorbing this information that I'm speaking about, okay? Now, the second link in my YouTube description is going to say Square Up Appointments, parentheses book now. This is where you can book a tarot card reading with me, where I can literally pinpoint where you are on this Kabbalistic structure. I can figure out where you are in regards to your spiritual evolutionary journey, and then I can tell you where you're headed in your near and long-term future, and give you advice on what to expect moving into the near and long-term future and what to look out for. And obviously, that's very valuable information, okay? And at the end of the reading, I also give you some extra homework so that you can study it in more depth. And so far, I've done over 100 of these readings since the service has been available, and every single one has been pinpointed and extremely accurate in regards to where people are located. So there's never been a reading where I was confused on what the reading was telling me. I've done over 100 of these. I've had people that have gotten 4 readings from me before, and every single one I can literally pinpoint exactly for the people that got 4 in a row. It picks up off of their last reading every time, and it shows they make progress, okay? So if that's what you're interested in, definitely look into the second link below, okay? Now, for the third link below, this is where you can become a YouTube member. Now, as you become a YouTube member, what happens is when I do my live streams, your name appears as green, and I will always give you a special shout out within my live streams, okay? Now, also what you gain access to is you gain access to what I call the Psychic Warfare Program, which is access to a group of emojis that I've created myself that only the YouTube members have access to, and you can use these emojis in a psychic warfare manner. So if you have any enemies that are trying to stop you on your evolutionary journey, you can simply place their name in between these emojis, and you can cause psychic damage to them, which really does work. And the more people that use the service, the more powerful it becomes. It's already a powerful service. There's tons of people using it, and you will actually see the targets of that service degrade. Okay? So if you're interested in more about that and you want to know more details, I have a YouTube video called it's called this, in parentheses, YouTube members, followed by Psychic Warfare Program. Go ahead, scroll down my channel, find that video, watch that if you're interested. Okay? Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it here. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day or night wherever you are, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.